much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Valeria, for that lovely introduction. And many thanks to the city of Deauville. What a beautiful place to visit for the first time. To Mayor Philippe Augier, Groupe Barrière. I have a horrible French accent, I'm so sorry. Lionel Chouchon, Bruno Baird, and my friend Frederic Golchan. Thank you all very much. I'm thrilled to be here tonight with all of you and very honored to receive this very prestigious award. It means a lot to have your work recognized, and especially in such a spectacular fashion as this. This is very, very special. So my thanks to everyone involved. Being able to act and have the career that I have had has meant everything to me. But I didn't always dream of being an actor. No, it wasn't until I was 3 years old that I decided that acting was my destiny. Between the ages of 1 and 2, really, I don't remember what I wanted to be. But at 3, evidently, I announced to my parents that I intended to be an actor in films. I don't remember that, but they certainly do. I don't know what I could have seen that inspired me. I mean, how did I even know that acting was a job that people could have at that age? But my goal never wavered. There was nothing else I could possibly imagine myself doing. Well, there was one Christmas season where I was young, and I thought perhaps I would instead try to have a career wrapping presents in Bloomingdale's. That was really the only other option that I ever entertained. So when it came time to go to college, of course, I decided I was going to major in acting at Boston University, which is a great idea, majoring in acting, because it always works out. I had no idea. My parents had no idea. We were very far removed from anything to do with show business. My folks were both from very small towns. My dad built our house. My mom grew all of our food. I think they would have been Amish if they had heard of it. So when I told them I was going to study acting, they said, okay, fine, you know. They actually thought that that would mean that I would get work as an actor. I guess I did too, because whatever the odds, I had this sort of idiotic, unshakable faith that I was going to be an actor. So my very first role was a small part in the movie Tootsie. I saw a little clip of that. I mean, how impossibly fortunate was that, with Sidney Pollack as the director and starring Dustin Hoffman. So I was home once and I overheard the neighbor talking to my mother, and she said, "This is amazing, nobody can believe it, it's so unbelievable." And my mom said, "Well, she studied acting in college." Yeah. Here's an embarrassing little story to illustrate just how confident I was, so sure that I would succeed. My very first class at BU was a kind of an orientation, and the professor was talking to us. There were about 100 incoming freshmen, and he said, the professor said, "You know, I have to tell you, you've chosen an incredibly difficult profession. In fact, probably only about 1% of you will ever be able to earn your living as an actor." And I swear, I thought, oh, these poor kids. Oh, no. Actually, getting cast in Tootsie had a little less to do with studying acting than being in a Victoria's Secret catalog, but that's a whole other story. I guess I'm sharing this with you tonight by way of saying I'm so very happy and blessed that it all worked out. And that I've been lucky enough to be in some movies that really resonated with people and that led me to this evening. And I'm also very thrilled that once I stop talking here, you will be watching a movie that I executive produced called This Changes Everything, of which I'm very proud. And it's about a subject that became my second obsession in the entertainment industry after acting, which is the underrepresentation and misrepresentation of women in our industry. And I'm very grateful. Thank you. I'm very grateful to our brilliant director, Tom Donahue, for recruiting this extraordinary array of talent that appears in this movie to make the case for more and better representation of women in front of and behind the camera. And before you start wondering why I hired a man to direct a film about female representation, just know that I didn't. Tom was inspired to create this film himself. He financed it himself, and I came on board about 2 years into the filmmaking process at his invitation. And as he always points out, it's extremely important for men to be partners in finding the solution to this crippling problem, which cost us inestimably in talent of women left out of the creative process. Thank you again very much for this wonderful honor, and I hope you enjoy the film. Thank you very much.